Hello guys. This is this is Aiden Rhinella. Today there's gonna be 4 cell towers today instead of like a billion last time. Sorry for taking a really long time as well. This is only 4 towers because there's only 4 really cool ones that I want you to see. And oh, I have nothing to say. Let's just get to the video now. Let's start off with this one here. This tower right here. This one has an LED beacon on top of it, quite obviously. 2 antennas. The LED beacon on this tower is a standard LED. Flashes white at day, red at night. Has the old school flash at night, so it's like 1.5 second flash. Like both on and off, it's 1.5 seconds. It's a common LED. It's the very first LED that I've ever knew existed on the planet. Like I knew that on the tower in Akron and a few more. This one, okay, I discovered this one like a lot later than the other ones. Most likely because, I just personally never really cared to go in this area. However, I actually I once drove along this road, and you can see the tower. And I'm gonna go closer to the LED so you can see it better. There we go. Surprisingly, the LED is very big. It's not a small LED beacon. Like, not a very flat one. It's very tall. It's quite weird to see for an LED beacon. And yes, you can go really close to it on Street View, so you can essentially see it like this. One more thing before moving on to the other towers. I'm not sure if this thing has had a strobe light. I'm gonna check it in 2011. See if it had a strobe light. Okay, it might have had a strobe light at some point in time. And if it does, I personally think it had the single strobe light with the red cone in it, the FH306. I used to call it just FH306. Big LT came up with much simpler terms to use for beacons. There are 3 other towers. They're all located really close to each other. This is the first one and the only one with 2 sets of beacons. It's this massive red and white cell tower. This one, this was probably my favorite of the 4 towers. I really love guide cell towers with more than 1 set of beacons. This one has flash technology dual strobes with the markers working. Now, I only go on a bus. I only recently started going on a school bus, but I only go on the bus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just going to say those are the only days. And I drive on a route, well, it's a distance away from this tower, but you can see it at night. The beacons are actually flashing at daytime, so there was no working markers. However, I remember the one time I saw this tower, it was on the same exact road, and I saw these beacons and they were on their emergency night mode. It was really cool. I really like white-only strobe lights. Personally, a fan ever since the very first white-only strobe light I've ever seen, which is the tower near where I'm recording this video right now. That's all I need to say. It used to look a bit different, like the antennas were just not fully developed. They were just slightly upgraded. That's it. And there's a few microwave antennas. They're called microwave antennas, big LT, if you don't know. And then there's 2 more in this area. The first one is the one I like less than the other one, but this one here has a beacon, surprisingly. This is a short guide tower. Very short. It's a microwave tower. It's got microwave antennas. There is a guy wire holder. It's another red and white guide tower. And this one also has a dual strobe light, but it's not from Flash Technology. It's a Huey and Phillips FlashGuard 3000 beacon. But the problem is that it basically flashes really dim at day, but then it's just kind of normal at night. I have not driven along this route right here at night before. I have driven along this route at daytime a few times, but you can see it work at daytime, close to it. You can't when you're far away, like that one route where I go on the bus to my middle school. I see this beacon here flash. I don't know if it flashes at night. It might be a daytime. I can't really see the tower on the bus once I first see it. I sit near the back of the bus in the morning, and when I get picked up, it's near the front of the bus. But I'm pretty sure the markers do work, but I'm not 100% sure. This is the very last tower. This is a red and white cell tower. Now, if you're saying you're lying, Big LT, if you're saying I'm lying, I mean, this tower used to be a microwave tower back then. It looked super cool when it was a microwave tower. Like I already said, I love towers with tons of antennas. But look at this. What the heck did they do with this thing? I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 microwave antennas. This only has 4. Oh my goodness. This is a microwave kingdom. Unfortunately, they've all died now. And now they just transformed it into a standard cell tower. Besides that, they did not do anything with the beacon. It's still the same thing. The beacon is a Flash Technology white-only single strobe light. Surprising for a red and white tower to have one of those beacons. And I have seen this thing at night before. I know how it flashes. It doesn't flash slightly different, like a FlashGuard 3000 or an international tower lighting single strobe would flash at night. This one does not have markers. I kind of don't understand why some guide towers they don't have like red and white. They have white only single strobes. I always really knew only gray towers could have that. I've only recently been starting knowing that. I mean, I know guide towers could flash white at night because I don't know, it's just how I felt back then. But it was like weird seeing a red and white lattice tower that flashed white at night. I don't know. I was just used to it flashing red. Anyways, I don't remember one. I don't remember the cell tower ever in my lifetime being a microwave tower. But after checking on Google Maps, I can see why. This thing looked very cool back then. If they just kept the antennas, it would probably be my favorite tower in this zone. But unfortunately, they had to remove those antennas, and now this one's my favorite right here. It was a close battle, but personally, I still think this is one of my favorite cell towers of all time. It's the closest cell tower to my house with multiple beacons. Besides the TV towers, it's the closest cell tower to my house with multiple beacons. Pretty sure it's only like 7 miles from my house. The second closest is north of Akron, which has the strobe and LED beacons. I'll do a video on that soon, maybe. But I just have to say bye-bye because I don't have any time left to really talk about towers. So I'm going to see how long it's been recording. Okay, for about 9 minutes, that's fine.